Hey, what's going on, friends? My podcast every day is broken up into two parts on the free platform. The first part, Act 1, is right now. When it's all done, go right on over to Act 2 to get the second half of the podcast. Thank you so much for checking out my show. That's called Lion Pride, damn it. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast from the Impact Power Sports Studio. Online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Just one of many sponsors that help make this thing a thing for the past nearly 6 years. Check them out online or meet them in person. They are in Rockford, Michigan along 14 Mile Road. I'm trying to make sure that these drawstrings are appropriately spaced apart, and it never seemed to be able to get it right because people get pissed off at me. It drives them crazy when the drawstrings are like different lengths. I don't know why. Whatever. Go to Impact Power Sports and get an ATV, UTV, e-bike, Yamaha golf cart. That is Michigan's newest dealer of Yamaha golf carts. And they are awesome. Online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Short week today. Short week this week, I should say. Tomorrow is how we finish it up. I will have material available for you for the days that I am not podcasting, both on the free platform and on Patreon. Patreon members get vintage material from way back when. Back in the glory days, some would say. I disagree. I would say these are the glory days now. Yes, I know that my hair is looking immaculate. I worked hard on it. I've discovered that if I don't bathe, I actually somehow manage to look more handsome. Now, who can possibly say that? Less cleanliness, more attractive. Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much to my friends over at King's Room Barbershop for making this possible. Chris says, Jocko, that would be like, can't bathe? Good. More grease in your hair to make yourself more attractive. Maureen refers to me as a dirty hilljack. Now, I am going to get to the late breaking news that I have been asked to report on, and that is some top-notch entertainment news. This is the equivalent of when, like, Brad Pitt broke up with Angelina Jolie. And when those mighty marriages or relationships crumble, the eyes are on the world. The eyes of the world, I should say, are on them. In our little microcosm of that, we need to look no further than our pals at the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Legendary morning radio show. Seems to be past their twilight and the sun is setting on their careers as horrific dwindling ratings continue to plague them. And that is material that we have covered on this show. But now, even more heartache, as I've said it before, that show is where relationships go to die. It's terribly sad. Failed attempt after failed attempt. It is a goddamn good thing I got out of there. Try as I may have to destroy my own marriage with various losses of Pooh Bear points and horrible decision making, I am still happily married to this lady, my sweet Pooh Bear, who continues to make poor decisions by allowing me to cohabitate with her. But yet, still standing. The last one to fall is going to be Steve. Steve is still married, but give it time. Give it time. That radio show has a tendency, apparently, to wear and tear. Chris says, quote unquote, happily married after the fight last week. Oh, that was bad. The longer I get from that incident, the more I feel like an asshole. And I can barely remember what I did that was problematic. Remember, I've talked to you about how a lot of the times I cannot remember what I talk about on this show. Do any of you... Now, I was very upfront, and I told you exactly what I did. But, like, if you said, easy, right now, tell me what the problem was last Wednesday when you got in trouble. I would be sitting here staring at this camera awkwardly. I know I belittled her. I do remember one. There was the laundry. I said to her she didn't know how to do laundry, which sounds so goddamn terrible. Context. There's a little bit of context there that makes it a little less sinister, but it's really horrible. My clothes smelled like mildew. She said, you're crazy or something like that. But I'm not. They did. No big deal. Now, what I should have done was shrugged and went, oh, well, gee, one of those things, I don't know. But no, I said, yeah. Well, if you'd learned to do the laundry, it made her cry. I was in deep fucking shit. I came on here, I told the story, and I got an earful, including the horrific apology. I talked about my horrific apology where I just said, yeah, sorry, I said you can't do the laundry. And then people still got pissed off. Aaron was the most vocal. He said, no, you're doing it all wrong. We even had some of you put in the variables into AI as to how I should apologize. She gets home from work. She's still pissed. And I got pissed off at her about the fucking dog bones being too hard. It just sounds so stupid. Anyway, I lost all my Pooh Bear points. And I lost my Pooh Bear. She said, that's it. No more Pooh Bear for you. Then I started figuring out that I'm going to need to stop being an asshole. And it's been fine ever since. And I've had some great guidance from audience members, and I appreciate that so much. Tyler is suggesting that I... pardon me, hang on. Tyler is suggesting that I said essentially, quote, go back to woman's school and learn how to clean my clothes the right way. But everything has been fine ever since. A little bit of background on probably the most beloved radio person on the planet. Her name is Maitland Mosey. From what I can understand, this is the sweetest person on the planet. Nice individual. She has a friend of the family named Brad who shows up at Bosco's from time to time. And he's like, hey, yeah, I know Maitland. I go, oh, no. And he goes, yeah. Now, he's friends with her. But, I have She has been featured on Who Are These Free Beers quite regularly. She has been referred to on this show as a terrible radio person, on that show, I should say, and dumb. That has been said quite frequently on that show. And I am here to tell you that all of that is true. Super dumb, super nice, very attractive, and as of right now, very single. Cole says she might be nice and sweet, but has no business in radio. So beloved on that show that as shitty as she is at being a broadcaster, everybody looks past that. She is beloved. You are in the shit if you say anything bad about this little girl. But, you know, I cannot just sit there and give somebody a pass. Who Are These Free Beers is an entertainment show, and it's also very helpful. These people are shitty at their jobs. And that is why we do what we do. If anybody knows this guy, I know that my pal Brad, who visits me at Bosco's, know who he is. He knows who he is. However, I don't want to ask him because it's just an extra step that I don't want to get him involved. But this guy needs to get on the podcast. I don't know anything about him. I don't know his name, but I want to know who he is. So if anybody knows who this guy is, all I know is that I think his name might be Jordan. And I think he likes racing race cars. So I went ahead and talked to my friends over at Berlin Raceway. I go, yo, you know anybody by this name? I said, no. And I even checked the standings. Don't know who this guy is. If any of you know, let me know, because this guy has to be on the podcast. I have a knack for getting exes of Free Beer and Hot Wing show members into my inner circle. Corey says, why don't you look him up and give him a follow? Wait, that's creepy. Maureen says, when Maitland was on a morning show in Lansing a few years back, she was engaged to a guy, but I don't think they ever married, and I can't remember his name. Yeah, she's about as old as my kids. One of my kids. Well, anyway, she went public yesterday and announced that she is single and ready to mingle. Now, I did not hear it, but I'm going to hear it a little bit later on. And listen, I just haven't had the time. I'm anxious really in how Greg reacts. Will the camera pan on him and he's feverishly pounding his pud? Or is he licking his teeth? Or fixing up his weirdo hair a certain way? Who knows? One can only wonder. One can only hope. I did point out that he's probably going to apply some really, really big super laughs now going forward at anything that she says, as he likes to do. This is the guy who, on his very show, looked her stone cold in the face and told her about how much he likes her dimples and that they're really terrific. Okay? And then everybody let it slide. Nobody made a big deal about that. But anyway, I never believed any of this until you guys started telling me about it. This is your fault. Tyler says, I have not heard it, but I'm guessing you can hear the faint sound of Free Bear fapping in the background during the announcement. Corey is putting up so many shots. And I haven't yet read one. This guy, he works hard at getting a comment read. I think you need to take a step back and think about the jokes and actually make them quality. Kenny has better jokes than you. Your arch nemesis, Kenny. Now get your shit together. Anyway. So after the big announcement, which was made after she made the announcement, and then people started talking about it on Reddit, it is my sworn duty to go ahead and talk about that. It is being that there are 5 divorces on that show, and now 3 long-term relationships that have been destroyed. 3? Well, you have 5 divorces. So you got the Burn King, Hot Wings, Justin, Joe, Kelly after like 1 month of marriage. And then breakups include, okay, Hot Wings long-term breakup with some chick that he never identified who dumped him. And then Kelly, before she was married to Ross for 1 hour, she was dating some dude forever. And now she's made it a point to talk shit about that dude and Ross as a regular portion of her show. I'd love to get those two on to talk about her. That would be turnabout. And now this relationship. Destroyed. Very strange. Now, I didn't hear a lot of good things about this guy, this dude. I had 2 sources that indicated to me that this dude was a problem. But I am not going to pass judgment on dude known as Boris until I actually talk to him. He should make himself known to me and make an appearance on this podcast. ASAP. That's what you should do. Because I guarantee you, those 6 bitches on that show are going to, after a little bit of time, they're going to start to needle at you. The same way Kelly needles Ross and Stewart. You got it coming. It's coming towards you. Look out. It's a small light now, but that's going to be a train. And it's death by 1,000 cuts. That's how they operate on this show. Now, they don't talk about me anymore because I'm so upfront with rubbing their noses and shit on a regular basis on this show. So they don't dare talk about me, and they never should. I would be shocked if that ever happened, if they ever even referenced me. About as close as they came as when Kelly blew me up about, called me a little critter or some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck she's an idiot. Anyway. Chris says, Easy is the Saul Goodman of Free Beer and Hot Wings exes. The simps are going to come out of the woodwork to guard Maitland. They already have. Some of the ugliest, most desperate people on the planet are already letting me have it on social media simply because I helped her last night. She began the process of healing by talking about publicly her and her boyfriend no longer being together. And I assisted that by also promoting that exact thing. You're welcome. And now everybody is jumping all over me once again. It's textbook. I can't do anything. All I want to do is mind my own goddamn business and do my show. I want to stay here in this little room above my attic, above my garage, in my attic, with my dogs. All right? And just relax in my sweatpants and my Crocs. Podcast, take the dogs for a walk, pick up the poo, come back in, podcast some more. Corey is now butthurt because I made one crack about him making tons of cracks. It's okay, little fella. You'll get over it. Don't come in here all sensitive or I'll bitch slap you even more. List of things to do to add that I have to do each day. Not shower. I pulled some moisture out of my belly button today that smelled like actual shit. My belly button might be one of the stinkiest places on earth. If I ever want to get the dog's attention, I just drop a finger in there, pull out some goo, and wave it in the air. They come running from miles around. It's despicable. Megan says, what the fuck? Chris says, no filter EZ. Patrick says, no, what the fuck, dude? Molly says, Q-tip after every shower. You won't have that problem, EZ. No, I think just showering would help it. The last time I bathed was like days ago. Megan says you should collect it and keep it in a jar. Sell it on OF. I'm not sure what that is. OnlyFans. No, it's not. It's not like debris. It's wet. If I jam my finger in there and pull it out, it's the equivalent of like diarrhea. It's like I have diarrhea smeg in my belly button. That's what I'm telling you. If I laid out peanut butter and diarrhea smeg from my belly button in front of my dogs, they would go to the diarrhea smeg 10 out of 10 times. Every time. Fact. Matt says, please do... He says, nobody wants to hear about your smegma. Talk about candles or something. Maureen says, please do not do a live demonstration of that. Nick says, it smells like Zaniac Snatch. Oh, my God. Now, I wouldn't know, but you best believe that after you pulled the fucking lips apart, like a fucking New York deli grilled cheese, that the stink could knock a fucking monkey off a shit wagon. I think I said that wrong. I think it's supposed to be stink off a shit wagon. Tyler says, well, I was about to eat until I heard about EZ's diarrhea belly button smeg. Look, these words are fantastic words that make people laugh or gag. Either way, I win. As long as there is not a moment where it's no reaction. Okay, that's what has to happen. So let's get to the tail of the tape, because Since I started to help out Maitland by helping her announce this big news, I have been being attacked by an army of young, aggressive blondes with weird eyebrows. It didn't take long after I posted that before this crazy blonde army of oddball Dutch people started to attack me. And then just with a little bit of investigative work, I could see that these are all part of her friend circle. And I think it's completely misguided. Here I am helping, and to be thrown under the bus and harassed by these people it's not acceptable, frankly. Mooney 2256 says I could tell them to fuck off. No, I'm not going to stoop to their level, okay? This is a young woman who's hurting, all right? And she doesn't have a lot going for her, so I don't want to fuck it up even more. So that's all that I'm doing to help out going forward on this. This is the post that set everybody off. No surprise here as another long-term relationship crumbles for an FBHW staffer. Showgirl Mateberg announced Monday night that she and dude known as Boris are done. Tote board now shows 5 divorces and 3 long-term breakups. Free beer, or FB allegedly muttered jackpot under his breath at the news. Now, of course, that is a joke. If you see here, I don't know if you can see it, but this nice lady named Lene says, I don't get why you care so much and still talk about them. Cassie responded that some people just can't let go. Kind of like the ex that keeps stalking a person shows what a boring life they have. Well, I don't know if it shows that, but I'm anything but bored. But whatever. So I let these ladies get it off their chest. Emily says to this lady, Lene, they did him real dirty and they are assholes. He wasn't allowed to be on any radio station for 2 years after he was fired. I'd still be pissed too. That is not true. I don't know where Emily, who's defending me, got that. I was on WBBL for 2 years. That's probably why nobody listened. You had no idea. I responded to this Lene, and I wrote, I don't get why you're here telling me that I don't get it. How could you get it? Clearly, you should be spending your time taking more pictures of yourself. Beat it. And I say that because that's exactly what happened. This is Lene here. This bug-eyed blonde lady. If you click through, this is what I always do. This is textbook. Every time somebody throws me under the bus, the first thing I do is I try to get a gauge of where their brain is by looking at their pictures. Now, if there's something fucked up about their face, I'm going to park on that. Now, Lene is very photogenic. Eyes are a little bit saucer-like, kind of crazy eyes. Some people might even describe these as crazy eyes. I don't know necessarily if they're crazy eyes. Tyler seems to think that they're crazy eyes. But boy, is this chick into herself. David says absolutely crazy eyes. Let's go over some of the pics of Lene Kemp. Okay, something's different. I don't know what it is, but I think she's much more attractive in this picture than in this picture. I don't know what it is. It looks like she has one of those filters on that makes her eyes huge. And these, I'm not really into the super, I think that's a tattoo. She may have shaved off the eyebrows and put one of those tattoos on. Is that? Hey, it's Eric Zane for one of my favorite sponsors, UncommonGoods.com. Now, when you shop at UncommonGoods.com, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. UncommonGoods.com have searched all around the globe to get some of the most amazing makers of handcrafted products that are made in small amounts. Shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Seriously, just go check out the selection from all the different types of amazing products and gifts that you can get at UncommonGoods.com. From holiday host and hostess gifts to the coolest finds for kids to hits for everyone from book lovers to diehard sports fans. Just shop around. I'm telling you, the folks who get the gifts purchased through UncommonGoods.com are always going away satisfied and happy and giving you a look like, how did you think of this amazing, awesome gift? Basically, all you need to do is go to UncommonGoods.com, and I'm going to give you 15% off your next gift. All you have to do is go to UncommonGoods.com/Zane. UncommonGoods.com/Zane for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, where all out of the ordinary. I'm pretty sure that that's what that is. Like she didn't have any eyebrows. So I don't know. Anyway, here she is in a cute dress. Here she is here. And okay, so this is all this lonely lady does. Is just takes, oh, she can't be that lonely. She's got a handsome husband. Looks like a nice guy. You know that you're a narcissist when in your 9/11 tribute, you don't have a picture of the Twin Towers or, I don't know, the American flag. You put, "We will never forget 9/11" over a picture of you. What? Hold up. So I'm getting lectured by a lady whose 9/11 tribute is a picture of her. We will never forget 9/11/01 over a picture of you. That's your 9/11 tribute? Oh, boy. You see, this is why I look at this shit. I want to see who's judging me. Is it someone who's worth my time? Do I maybe need to think about their words? Could they be right? No, because I've got a lady here looking me in the face, this blonde, fucking bug-eyed, narcissistic piece of shit who's got "We will never forget 9/11/01 over a picture of herself. Oh, you got to delete this, you sick bitch. Oh, shit. Matt says, if only the terrorists knew to live, love, laugh. David says, this is what you get when you have crazy eyes. Oh, Lene. Okay. All right. Perfect makeup. Perfect. All right. Here's the guy. Here's the dog. Here's the guy. Here's the girl. Oh, no. You see, come on. That can't be real. That's got to be a fucking filter to make your eyes look like a Martian. Cannot be real. Here she is with dude and the dog. I like the dog. Okay. Come on now. All she does is take... She even has portraits of herself. Okay, this is bad. Okay, not only is this picture used for September 11th, She used it for Michigan fan. That explains a lot. And then she did it again. She has another remembering 9/11 over her picture. Did she die in 9/11? She uses this picture again. She really likes this picture for Independence Day. Oh, wow, she's in her 40s. She didn't look like she's in her 40s. I didn't think she was in her 40s. Kennewa Hill's daughter, okay. Yeah, this is gross. This is a gross, gross woman. That's what this is. Cole makes a horrible comment about one of her body parts. Pin Pusher says EZ is obsessed with free beer and hot wings. LOL, LOL. Well, I'm surprised. I am obsessed, is what the word I was looking for, with the content they create. Without a doubt. If there's something related to that show, like this crazy-eyed woman that I was just talking about, I mean, come on. I cannot turn down that content. And this is all because I'm helping. The benevolence of me is always off the charts. And yet no one appreciates what I offer. Tyler says, concerning Crazy Eyes, it's all coming together now. She bows to no one. Pin Pusher says, leave this shit in the past. It's not healthy. Look, I appreciate that. I know what's healthy for me, though. Okay? I don't turn to someone named Pin Pusher for health advice. I don't turn to anyone for health advice unless I look to people named Pin Pusher and say, can you help me with my health? Okay? The day I put shit in the past, first of all, this isn't in the past. This just happened. This happened 12 hours ago, and here you are telling me what I can and cannot talk about on the Eric Zane Show podcast. You see that name? That's me. I make all of the rules here. I don't have to answer to anyone. And there's nothing in the past about it. Now, if I were sitting here talking about the day I got fired in February, whatever, of 2016, now that's living in the past. Am I talking about that? No, ding dong. And now I'm talking about you. I don't know what I need to say to make you understand. Corey has made me laugh, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first time today by referring to that lady as owl-eyed, small-tittied broad. I can't even say it. Owl-eyed, small-titty broad. That's fucking fantastic. Pin Pusher, I love the thoughtfulness. But you got to understand, this is who I am. This is what I do. You either get on board and enjoy it, or you mosey. What do you think of that? Megan points out that anyone who does that whole argument about you're living in the past, you got to move on, it's not healthy. Megan says this never goes well. We still talk about football. Yeah. Come on now. Look, this is one of America's top morning shows. This is a high-end talent. This is big news in the world, especially in the circles of the Eric Zane Show podcast. You bet your ass I'm going to talk about it. Come on now. Pin Pusher says you need to take my advice, man. Pin Pusher, I want to interview you. I don't want to just read your texts. I want you on my show right now. You should email me your phone number. I won't reveal it, but I will call you. And we will have a woman-to-man or a man-to-man conversation. You can say what you want to say. I'll be happy to engage you, and I offer that to anyone. Anyone who wants to talk to my handsome ass. Megan says to Pin Pusher, do you have a cease and desist in hand? Pin Pusher says, no. I decline. I'm not doing that. Why not? What's the problem? Just a conversation between two adults. Well, fine then. Then you can't make comments. If you want to have an adult conversation, and I will answer all of your questions honestly. One thing you can say about me, I am 1,000,000% honest. I have never lied about anything. I have always shot everybody straight. I tell no tales. I may exaggerate from time to time, but I will answer anyone's questions. You can even ask them here. Instead of just telling me what to do, you should ask. Maybe that will help you to understand why I do what I do every day, which is be great. I wake up. What's your plan today? Be great. That's it. Don't suck. Be awesome. And I never let any of these people down. I always entertain them. I always keep them informed. I'm always very upfront with them. And the 45 people enjoying this show, the proof is in the pudding, goddammit. Mooney 2256 says, your new catchphrase should be, I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, and you know this. Jeremy says the only lie he's ever told us is this video clip shouldn't blow out your eardrums. Pin Pusher says, no hate, man, just saying. Oh, I know you don't hate. I've seen you in here being sweet and kind. I'm not going to get upset at you just because you don't think I should be talking about something. But, no, I talk about what I want to talk about. I talk about what is interesting and engaging. If I had the option to talk about something that actually really wasn't healthy, but I knew it was a great topic to talk about and people would like it or be engaged or it would be compelling, I would do it. I would always do it. Corey says, remember when Zane used to get real mad when we would tell him to move on? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Tyler says, the only thing Easy has ever lied about is the time or when he made a 911 phone call about a stalker. But he's already apologized for that. Okay. I'm not even close to being done here. Because all I did was posted what I posted. And then Bug-Eyed Titty Nubs posted her We Will Never Forget 9/11. And more and more people started to let me have it. Lene, Bug-Eyed Titty Bits wasn't done there. She said, it's been years, time to move on. I responded with, imagine being some online tart bully who thinks she can bust in here and tell me what to do. Are you going to be a bridesmaid when Greggy marries mate girl? And that's just to piss these people off. Then I reached out to Bug Eyes. I said, I don't get why you're here telling me I don't get it. How could you get it? Clearly, you should be spending more time taking pictures of yourself. I already read that one. Then she referred to me as a 50-something-year-old online bully. Get a life. And I just said, look, lady, you can't just barge in here and try to impose your will. Thanks for being here, but I think it's selfie time. I don't appreciate this continued harassment, which is true. Victor says to Bug Eyes, he wasn't bullying you. You entered the conversation in a poor manner and expected him, he wrote manner, M-A-N-O-R, and expected him to give you some polite response. Your comment was rude and unneeded in the situation. Maybe try saying the same thing in a different way or keep it to yourself if you don't want an honest response. Have a great day. Victor's right, because now Bug Eyes is the face of 9/11. Okay? Guys, remember, coming up September 11th, sorry, O'Neill, we need Bug Eyes to be the focal point of it. Not ground zero, not the names of the 4,000 plus people who paid dearly with their lives. We need Bug Eyes. Jake takes exception to your old pal Easy. And by barge in here and impose her will, you mean making a public comment on a public Facebook post. The only thing longer than Free Beer's hairline is Zane's memory. Wait a minute. What? I've never seen a grown man continuously act like a freshman girl when it comes to getting dumped like he did by FBHW. Zane, you're funny. You make great content, but move the fuck on, man. All right, I appreciate that. I wrote back to Jake and I said, why would I do that? I enjoy this very much. That's what people don't understand. I actually like this. Okay? This is what I've done since I was a very young boy. When I was Easy Rhyme in the city of Warren, I did this. I haven't done anything different. And what did it get me? It got me a job where I don't have to answer to anybody. Here I am. Who gives a shit? Finally, I can do whatever the fuck I want. So what do you care? Anyway. Jeremy says Bug Eyes did 9/11. Kenny is, boy, you know what? You got here late, and that's too bad because we've had a hell of a time. You're going to have to just go back and listen. Tyler says that Bug Eyes kind of reminds me of Gollum, LOL. Kenny, you got to go back and hear from the start. There's a new chick on the market that you might have a shot with if she's into fluffy chicks that live in Nashville. Fluffy dudes that live in Nashville. All right. That is not the only member of Team Blonde that ripped me a new asshole. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce Kennedy Savino. Here she is with some floozy. She is a dear friend of Maitland, and she does not like the direction that this is going with my help. She's very frustrated with me, and she takes it out on me. Here, Kennedy Savino says, "Oh my God, you are so pathetic." I'm not sure much more about her other than that she has those weird eyebrows. I guess that's the thing. I think if you're like a certain age group, what you do is you shave off your eyebrows completely and you have these things put on. Here she is next to Kelly Cheese, and they look to be having a good time. I don't really have anything else to say about this woman because we didn't really get into a conversation outside of what she wrote in this harassing comment that she made to me. Now, I did, in fact, go through her pictures, which they're all her and her pal Maitland. And I don't know if there's a guy in the picture, so she might be lonely. I have no idea. David says, are they having an ugly off in that pic? Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say that anybody's ugly in that picture. You know, they just look like two regular chicks. Here she is. This chick is the muscle of the group. This one right here. They're in their jammies. Here they are. Nice little pose. Doing the girl pose. Fun. Like that. Just turned 30. I don't know. Something about this zone here. I don't know. She might be like a cancer patient. Lost all her hair. I have no idea. Okay. There they are. Hanging out. Having a good time. All right. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah. There they are. It's, oh, my God. That's over at, what's the name of that fucking place? Ompa. Fucking Pegasus. How fun. Looks like the waiter is one of those guys that's got alopecia. Holy shit. Kelly, no doubt, stoned to the bone in this pic. Well, happy birthday, lady. Sorry that you feel compelled to harass me. I won't stand for this type of harassment. I want you people to know that. Hazmat says she looks like Squidward. I don't know. David can't believe she's 30. Tyler says she's got an alien face. These are horrible comments. Jeremy says halfway to Jocelyn Wildenstein. Okay, guys. You know, enough. Enough with the personal attacks. Matt with her face is longer than Kelly's marriage. Disgusting. Corey says any girl with a cow nose ring shouldn't be taken seriously. Tyler says her eyes are slightly too far apart. I'm detecting a theme amongst these hags. You know, here I am trying to build this goddamn bridge, and you guys in the chat are making horrible comments about personal appearance. I mean, I did not do that. All I did was pointed out that it looks like the eyebrows have been removed and then tattooed on. And I guess that's a thing. That's beauty today, guys. You know? So don't give me any of this bullshit about halfway to Jocelyn Wildenstein and she looks like Squidward, you assholes. Too much. Reel it in. God. So anyway, remember, ladies and gentlemen, never forget. I cannot believe Bug Eyes took it upon herself to put her image behind We Will Never Forget 9/11/01. That makes it seem like she died in the towers. Tyler writes, we can all agree on one thing. These ladies will both be getting a follow from Kenny the player with eyes like those. Okay, that might be my favorite joke of the day. There's been some great jokes. My two favorites are her face is longer than Kelly's marriage, and we can all agree on one thing. These ladies will both be getting a follow from Kenny the player with eyes like those. Honorable mention to She Looks Like Squidward and Alien Face and halfway to Jocelyn Wildenstein. All right. Well, I think my work is done here on that. I cannot wait to go ahead and get after checking out yesterday. They do a big time like night show on every so often on Monday nights. And that's where the news broke. So Ben and I are going to go over that bit by bit and, if there's anything worth talking about, feature it on Who Are These Freebirds? And there might not be. I mean, sometimes people break up. Who cares? It's just shocking to me, the staggering number of frustrated lovers on that show. I don't know why these people just don't get together and start to date each other. After Greg's, by chance Greg's new marriage goes up in flames, we'll be here for that because people want to know. People are talking about it. I can get correspondence from Mrs. Lutz's ex-husband. We can do all these things. The goal would be one day I want to be able to play Family Feud with all former lovers of Freeburn Hot Wings show members. And I can't say for sure that Ross would be ready to play Family Feud. The trail, we haven't talked in a while, and I don't know if he's interested in anything like that. I try not to fuck with him. He's a lawyer, for God's sake. So there's that. And then, of course, Hurricane Ashley. We can get Joe's ex, Rachel, on here. She hates him. We can get Freebeer's ex-wife. We can get Hot Wings' ex-wife. We can get, this is why I need to talk to this dude, if anybody knows this guy. The idea of Freeburn Hot Wings' ex's Family Feud is just great. Can you imagine? We would have it at like a venue. We could actually have it at a venue, which, by the way, tomorrow, if you want to go see Freeburn Hot Wings live, it's a great day to do it because you can ask all these great questions that I've posed here. And I heard from Greg yesterday that they still have 100 tickets still available. Now, in the past, they would sell this out in minutes. It doesn't sell out at all anymore. Those days are gone. So if you want to go get tickets and go, you can walk right in. They have a live show in Grand Rapids. It's a morning show at the intersection in Grand Rapids. You are encouraged to go. I would go. I'd wear your Eric Zane Show podcast gear, get a picture with all these great stars of the radio. And, I suggest doing the deal where instead of taking the picture, you have it set on movie, and then you just record that interaction. It will be fantastic. Okay? Please do. I would love you to do that. That would be great if just a posse of you, just a few, would go in day before Thanksgiving, go to their show, have a good time, take some pics, send them to me. We review on this show. Boom. What's wrong with that? I have no problem with that. I encourage you to do that. Chris says you can get pics with bug eyes and horse face. Jeremy says the fact that the live show isn't sold out yet just shows how their audience is dwindling. Yeah, it's over, unfortunately. Matt says, who's Coleman's neighbor, says those two aren't splitting up. Going to start their own spin-off podcast, The Nose and the Forehead. Now, that would be awesome. Corey says, have you ever contacted Freebeer's ex-wife? No, I have not. I think Diana reached out and said, like, hey, thinking about you, one of those deals. But I don't think anything else came of it. All right. Mooney 2256 says over under on how many minutes till Kenny follows her on social media. Those are all good jokes. Okay? Those are excellent jokes. I love it when we have moments like this. Something as simple as just, you got a pretty smile and I'm going to follow you, has, taken on a life of its own. It really has. All of that resulted in a diatribe by Kenny. Still haven't read it, and I don't think I will. It's just too long on my subreddit. Kenny says, yeah, hey, I saw one pretty smile, but I got here late. Yeah. Kenny says also, I call BS on you haven't read it. No, I haven't. I wouldn't lie to you. I know it was, I know the subject of it because when scanning it, I saw you use the word kayfabe. So I'm suspecting, and since it was titled Spoiler Alert, it's you trying to suggest the theatrics of all of the moments on the show, which is fine. Most people who want to actually stick with kayfabe, though, usually don't step out of that and say, hey, guess what this is? But that's entirely up to you. All right, that is Act 1 of the podcast. Act 2 is available right after this one. Go check it out. What are you doing? Don't miss a second of it. Thank you so much.